Alycia Baumgardner makes her first title defense. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Alycia Baumgardner made her a successful title defense against Soledad Matthysse with a 10-0 shutout. Let me start out by saying that I picked Baumgardner to win this fight, but I did pick her by knockout. Let's start with the pros and the cons. Let me start with Matthysse first. The pros would be she was game. She came in there to fight and she came in there to last the whole 10 rounds. Also, another pro would be is that she kept her mitts up most of the fight. I think she was trying to avoid that left hook that she knows that Alycia can throw. That's pretty much it for the pros. For the cons, it would be no game plan. Matthysse seemed to have no game plan. She wasn't aggressive. She didn't mix up any punches. She just didn't do anything in there that made me think that she had any type of a game plan. Another con would be she had nothing on her punches. Whether it was the jab or when she would throw her right hand, it just did not have any power on it. And she also was very slow. Her hands were very slow. And I think that Baumgardner could see everything coming. As for Alycia, the pros would be the jab. I thought she did a good job popping the jab and not pushing it. I also like the counter punches she was throwing. Like I mentioned, Matthysse was very slow, and I think that Baumgardner could see everything that she was throwing before she threw it. She did a good job with that counter right hand. I mean, sometimes before Matthysse could even get her elbow stretched, Baumgardner had already threw a right hand over her left. I also like the fact that she mixed up her power. She didn't go for all power shots. She mixed it up. I like her defense. She had her hands down most of the fight. And a lot of her defense really came from the upper body. She had good foot movement, but a lot of it came from the upper body, which means that she was in no danger of being hit or even being hit hard by Matthysse. And I like the accuracy. I thought her punches were very accurate, and that right uppercut. She found something with that right uppercut she was throwing. As for the cons, my main con for Alycia would be the body work. She did not do enough body work. In the sixth and the seventh round, she did some body work, but the fact that Matthysse had her mitts up so high, she should have been willing to go more to the body to get her to lower her hands. Let's talk about the fight a little bit. To be very honest with you, Alycia pitched a shutout. I mean, there was really nothing. Matthysse was not in any way or form going to win any of these rounds. I mean, none of these rounds were even close. That's not even a round that I saw where I said, okay, well, maybe you can give her that round. I mean, she literally did nothing, and she basically was a punching bag for 10 rounds. Alycia did a good job, I think, of mixing up her punches, moving around the ring. I think she got a chance to maybe try some different things in there, because I think after a couple of rounds she knew that she wasn't going to be hurt by Matthysse, and that Matthysse had no game plan. So sometimes a fight like that is a good time for you to maybe practice on something that you hadn't really done in the past. Anyway, we get to the end of the fight, and of course, no surprise, she wins it 100-90. So let's just move on and talk about what happens from here. Now, at the end of the fight, I did see an interview where she called out Cho, and she said that what she would like to do is get in there with Cho next, unify that title, and then get the fight with Mikaela Mayer right after that. Now, I think that to keep the momentum going, it would be good to get that fight this year, not next year. If you want to fight Cho, I mean, she didn't take any damage in this fight. Try to get her in the summertime and try to set up that Mayer fight in the winter. Now, what they could do to promote the fight is something that they did a couple of years ago when Christina Hammer and Clarissa Shields were building up their fight. You put them on the same card against someone. So if Baumgardner wants Cho next, get that fight set up, but put Mayer on the same card with somebody, particularly somebody who she can look good against. And if they both win, that will set up that fight. Or if somehow Baumgardner loses to Cho, we'll get Cho against Mayer. But I know a lot of people want to see this Baumgardner-Mayer fight. I think that's what we should do. Let's get them on the same card and sometime in the summertime, and let's get that fight sold in the winter. Pretty much, fight fans, there really wasn't really much to say about this fight. I mean, it was just a clean shutout. So what did you think about the fight? Did you pick Baumgartner by knockout like I did? And are you really disappointed that she didn't knock out a slow, methodic Matthysse? Or did you like her game plan? Did you like how patient she was and she just basically took what she can get? And what do you want to see? Do you want to see her fight Cho next, and maybe do you want to see something else? All right, if you haven't already, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so we can keep talking boxing. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll let y'all later.